Let's make our intentions sincerely for the sake of Allah, Tabaraka wa Ta'ala. MashaAllah. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. والصلاة والسلام على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه الطيبين الطاهرين. I ask Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala to grant us all the sincere intentions. Sayyiduna al-Khadir alayhi salam, he is the longest living person alayhi salam. As for his birth and his lineage, Al-Khadir alayhi salam, it is narrated about him that he is the son of Adam directly. So he is the brother of Habil, Qabil, and Sheeth alayhi salam. So he is their blood brother. He is the son of Adam alayhi salam and the son of Lady Hawa. This is according to one saying. According to another saying, Al-Khadir alayhi salam, his name is Balya. Some scholars mention Balya and some mention Balya with a Hamza on the end. Balya ibn Malkan, ibn Falagh, ibn Abar, ibn Shalakh, ibn Qaynan, ibn Arfakhshad, ibn Sam, ibn Nuh, Rasulillah. Peace be upon them all. So according to this lineage, his birth is before the birth of our master Ibrahim alayhi salam. So according to that, Al-Khadir alayhi salam would be the cousin of Ibrahim's grandfather. So these are two sayings about Al-Khadir alayhi salam. And like we said, he is the longest living person, and this will be discussed insha'Allah ta'ala. So some summary points before we begin and expand insha'Allah. So Prophet Al-Khadir alayhi salam, he is the prophet with the long lifespan. And also he is a prophet of Allah tabaraka wa ta'ala. There is a difference in opinion about him. Some scholars said that he was among the awliya and that he died. Some scholars said, yes, he is a pious person. Some said that he, yes, is still alive. Some said that he is not just a pious person, but that he is among the prophets. So there is a difference of opinion. The opinion of our Shaykh, Shaykh Abdullah al-Harari, rahimahullah, was that Al-Khadir is a prophet of Allah, a Nabi. And yes, he possesses this unique ability to live in the sea, meaning on the sea, living at sea, as if it were land. Allah granted him this miraculous ability. And he is concealed from sight most of the time. So he is alive today as well. Al-Khadir alayhi salam, as we're going to mention in the future, does occasionally appear to individuals, pious individuals, as is demonstrated in the encounter that we're going to mention with Musa alayhi salam aboard the ship. The other people saw Al-Khadir alayhi salam. So here, only great awliya see him, or people who are higher than the awliya. MashaAllah. There are a number of stories, firstly, about how Al-Khadir alayhi salam uh, received this title, although his name was uh, Balia. He was given a title which was Al-Khadir. The scholars in their different narrations mention that he was given this title because he once sat on a patch of barren land, land which no vegetation could grow upon. In Arabic, this is referred to as أرض بيضاء، أي الأرض التي لا ينبت فيها شيء. The land where nothing grows upon. So it's mentioned that he was upon this land and he sat down on it. Because he is a blessed person, and the blessed people, the pious people, Allah creates blessings within their bodies. When he sat down, suddenly this spot where there was no vegetation, nothing growing, it was an arid, barren land, suddenly it became green and lush underneath him, the whole land. So because of that, because it became khadra, the land became khadra, kha, dad, and ra, and everything became akhbar, green. He became known as Al-Khadir, taken from the green that was produced by the blessings of him sitting in that place. He is also known by his kunya, his title, Abu al-Abbas. Abu al-Abbas. So Al-Khadir alayhi salam, what are the reasons for his long life? We'll mention that before going into the details of the story with Musa alayhi salam. It was narrated that when Adam alayhi salam was nearing his death, he gathered his sons and said, O my sons, Allah will send a punishment upon the inhabitants of the earth. He informed them of a flood that would befall the whole of humanity and instructed them to carry his body with them on the ark and to bury it in a specific cave near the land of Asham. He said a great deluge would come, this great flood would come, and when it does come, take my body after I have died, take my body onto the ark. His body was then carried by successive generations without it being buried in that place, because they were waiting for that time, without it being buried in that specific place. And this advice, this request, or this order, if you will, was passed on generation to generation, just as the body itself was passed on generation to generation successively, until the time of the Messenger of Allah, Nuh alayhi salam. Before the flood occurred, Nuh alayhi salam took the body of Adam alayhi salam onto the ark. The flood then submerged the earth for a long time. And those aboard the ark were Nuh alayhi salam, as you know, the animals also. Nuh alayhi salam with his three sons, Sam, Ham, and Yafith. Sam being the one to whom the Arabs are attributed. So the Arabs are Semites. They are Semitic because they go back to Sam alayhi salam, or Shem, as they would have called him in his time. His brothers, Ham and Yafith, Ham and Japheth, or Japheth. These three were the only three that had their wives aboard. MashaAllah. Then they descended, Judi, after a while. There is also said to be a village that is close to Al-Judi, or at the bottom of Al-Judi, known as Qaryatul Thamanin, the village of the 80, which was said to be the first village that was erected after the great deluge. Nuh alayhi salam instructed his sons to bury the body of Adam alayhi salam in that designated cave. But they delayed, saying that the land is desolate and we cannot find the way. There must have been snakes, and there must have been perhaps wild animals that had been left now to roam. There would have not been any people to direct them this way or that way through the valleys and over the mountains. So, for this reason, they said we would not be able to find a way. They said, let us wait a little bit so that people can live, flourish, thrive, and then, insha'Allah, then we will go. Just let people spread a little bit from this point. Because this great flood, it spread, it befell humanity. It wasn't just that little or small geographical spot. No, it was the whole earth. So Nuh alayhi salam replied, Adam alayhi salam supplicated to Allah that the one that buries Adam would have a long life. Thus the body of Adam alayhi salam was passed down through generations until Al-Khadir alayhi salam was the one that buried it, fulfilling then the result of the dua of a prolonged life, as was granted by Allah. tabaraka wa ta'ala. Some other narrations say that the reason for his long life was that Dhul Qarnayn, this great pious leader, warrior, and ruler who ruled over the lands between the east and the west, that he had a friend among the angels that would visit him named Raphael. During one of their conversations, Dhul Qarnayn expressed his desire to live a long life, to continue obeying Allah. And such is the way of the pious people. They would want to live a long life. Allah may grant them a long life so that they can achieve more good deeds and rewards. So Raphael alayhi salam, the angel, informed Dhul Qarnayn about the existence of Ma'ul Haya, the water of life. Any person who drank from it would live until his death is decreed, meaning his life would be very, very long. He would have a very, very long life. Somebody asked, wa alaykum salam, does that mean Al-Khadir is the second prophet after Prophet Adam and before Enoch, Idris? According to those scholars, Allah knows best. Did Al-Khadir come before Sheeth or after Sheeth? And did they say that he was a prophet or that he was a pious person? Allah knows best. But Al-Khadir, according to that saying, would definitely have come before Idris alayhi salam. Because after Adam alayhi salam, but during the time of Adam alayhi salam, there was Sheeth. Then after Sheeth alayhi salam, after the passing of Adam alayhi salam, there was Idris. Allahu A'lam. So Dhul Qarnayn asked about the location of the water of life. And Raphael mentioned that it is in a land covered in darkness, where no human or jinn had set foot, hinting that the water might be there. This water might be in that place. So Dhul Qarnayn is said to have searched for this water. But it was Prophet Al-Khadir alayhi salam who was in the army of Dhul Qarnayn who found this water. He drank from it and he bathed in it. And therefore his life was extended. MashaAllah. So Prophet Al-Khadir alayhi salam, this noble prophet with a long lifespan, he used to live among the humans. But Allah granted him this ability to live at sea, on the sea, as though it's land, so he can walk on the water, remaining to this day concealed from the sight of most people. Sometimes he may appear to a single person among those present, as will soon be revealed in the story of Musa alayhi salam. So let us read, and then we will inshallah clarify. Following the salvation of the children of Israel from Pharaoh, Musa alayhi salam, he becomes in the story, preacher among the Muslims. Of course, he is their prophet, their messenger, their teacher, reminding them of the blessings that Allah has bestowed upon the people. Musa alayhi salam did not leave any blessing that Allah bestowed upon the people unrecognized. Rather, he made them aware of it. Didn't Allah do this for you? Didn't Allah grant you this? Didn't Allah grant you that? Musa alayhi salam was then questioned by a man among Bani Israel. He asked him, Ya Rasulallah, O Messenger of Allah, is there anyone on earth more knowledgeable than you? Is there anybody on earth more knowledgeable than you? Musa alayhi salam replied according to what he knows. He said no. So Allah tabaraka wa ta'ala lightly reprimanded Musa alayhi salam for Musa alayhi salam not saying Allahu A'lam. So then it was revealed to Musa alayhi salam that how would you know if there wasn't someone who has more knowledge than you about something? How would what would make you know what is beyond your reach? It was revealed to him that indeed on the shore of the sea there is a slave of ours, meaning a slave of Allah, a grand, noble, pious slave of Allah, Abduna al-Khadir, who is more knowledgeable than you. We'll explain what that means. This means in certain things. And he is Abduna al-Khadir. He is the slave of Allah al-Khadir. Musa alayhi salam was informed of this. This meant that there exists someone who is aware of a type of knowledge that you, O Musa, have not been given. This knowledge, the knowledge of Al-Khadir alayhi salam, which he knew and Musa alayhi salam did not, this knowledge, it pertains to the inner secrets of matters that were revealed to him. Because Al-Khadir is a prophet, there are matters revealed to him that pertain to things that are not seen usually. So his knowledge pertains to the inner secrets of matters that were revealed to him. While the knowledge of Musa alayhi salam, and Musa alayhi salam, we say he is better than Al-Khadir and he is more knowledgeable than Al-Khadir. But there are some things that Al-Khadir knows that Musa alayhi salam did not. As for the knowledge of Musa alayhi salam, then his knowledge concerns legal rulings of the Torah and the apparent statements and the actions of people. Musa alayhi salam was a messenger of Allah. His knowledge can be compared to oceans and oceans and oceans and oceans of knowledge. Sallallahu ala Sayyidina Musa wa sallam. Thus, Al-Khadir alayhi salam is more knowledgeable than Musa alayhi salam about specific, detailed events. Specific, detailed events. Musa sallallahu alayhi wasallam, intrigued by this knowledge. What is this knowledge? In the chronology of the story, desires to meet Al-Khadir alayhi salam, to expand his own understanding. When Musa alayhi salam heard that there is a person who possesses more knowledge than me in certain things, his honorable soul alayhi salam, he longed for this knowledge beyond what he already possessed, and he desired to meet this one that Allah declared to be more knowledgeable than him in those detailed matters. Now, subhanallah, this is a significant indication that the one that acquires the religious knowledge should be eager to meet the honorable, knowledgeable people, those that carry what one does not, those that carry of knowledge what one does not, even if they are far away. This is the way of the righteous. Look at Musa alayhi salam. Musa alayhi salam made dua. Musa alayhi salam made dua that, Ya Allah, grant me to meet this person, because he wants to learn from him. He is a messenger of Allah, but he wants to learn some of these matters that he doesn't know from Al-Khadir. So he made dua, Ya Allah, allow me to see Al-Khadir. Allow me to meet Al-Khadir, this person that I can learn from. Allah Ta'ala revealed to Musa alayhi salam that you will find Al-Khadir at the meeting of two seas. This increased the anticipation of Musa alayhi salam. It was revealed to him, go to the sea and there you will find a fish. So take it. And when you forget the fish, it will perish. And you will find this righteous slave that you seek at the meeting of the two seas. So Allah Ta'ala informed Musa alayhi salam about Khadir's situation, but did not reveal his whereabouts directly. You see that? Allah didn't reveal to Musa alayhi salam, Al-Khadir alayhi salam is in such and such geographical location immediately. Like sometimes we will say, we'll drop a pin or we'll send the location to the exact let's say to about the accuracy of 7 or 8 meters. Allah reveals certain characteristics. This is to increase the yearning of Musa alayhi salam for Islamic knowledge. Allah, Allah. This is a role model. Musa alayhi salam, the messenger of Allah. There is Muhammad alayhi salatu wasalam, Ibrahim, then Musa, the third best human that ever lived. Allah. So Musa alayhi salam said, I will not cease to travel to the meeting of the two seas, or I will spend a long time until I find this scholar, till I find this knowledgeable person. This is an account from Musa alayhi salam, inviting people to the truth, inviting people to knowledge and high understanding. He is saying alayhi salam that I am prepared to endure extreme fatigue and hardship in travel for the sake of seeking Islamic knowledge. Allahu Akbar. And this serves as a reminder for each and every one of us that seeking the Islamic knowledge is something extremely blessed, extremely honorable. And this is the way to success in the hereafter. This is how one attains success in the hereafter. So if a person, a seeker of religious knowledge, were to travel from the east to the west to seek, be it a single matter, then this would be worth it for them. The Messenger of Allah sallallahu alayhi wasallam said, لا يشبع مؤمن من خير يسمعه حتى يكون منتهاه الجنة. A person continues wanting to hear the good, continues wanting to hear the good, the Islamic knowledge, until they get to paradise. They don't become satisfied, like to say, I am full now, I'm satiated now, enough, that is enough. No, the one who walks upon the path of the prophets and the pious people, his heart is in love with the Islamic knowledge. And he likes to review the Islamic knowledge. He likes to increase his Islamic knowledge. This is the way of the pious people. This is the way of the good Muslim. MashaAllah. So, yes, this account makes manifest the enthusiasm of Musa alayhi salam in seeking truth and knowledge, emphasizing the value of enduring hardship for the sake of learning. Musa alayhi salam is accompanied by his apprentice Joshua sallallahu alayhi wasallam. Accompanied by him, they embark on their journey. Sayyiduna Yusha bin Nun, Yusha, the son of Nun, Joshua, as is anglicized, the son of Nun, sallallahu alayhi wasallam. Musa alayhi salam set forth with him. Allah revealed in the Quran about Yusha alayhi salam that Musa alayhi salam went with fatahu, literally He set forth, and with him was his boy. His boy, because Yusha alayhi salam, he served Musa alayhi salam. He was young. He would help Musa alayhi salam. It is only after the passing of Musa alayhi salam that Yusha bin Nun became a prophet of Allah tabaraka wa ta'ala. It's only after the passing of Musa alayhi salam that Yusha became a prophet of Allah, was given prophethood. So Musa alayhi salam set forth, and with him his boy, Fatahu, Yusha bin Nun alayhi salam. He used to learn from him and accompany him and serve Musa alayhi salam. They took with them a salted fish, which they had prepared for eating. And they took some bread also as provisions when they get hungry on the way. And they continued until they reached the meeting place of the two seas. It's not known exactly what these two seas are, or what these two bodies of water are. It has been mentioned that they were the Persian Gulf and the Roman Sea. And there have been studies done to show the geographical location which fits the description of the Quran that the Quran mentions. And some people have found a certain place where they believe that this occurred, and Allah Ta'ala knows best. Where they looked into the two bodies of water that would meet, and they looked into the rock that we're going to talk about soon, and they identified this particular place, and Allah knows best. They sat down at the shade of a rock near the seashore and laid their heads down to rest. At the base of the rock, there was a spring of water called the Spring of Life, which flowed like a small waterfall. And nothing from its water was touched except it became alive by of course, the will of Allah. Anything that the water from this waterfall touched, it became alive. The salted fish that they had brought with them was affected by the water of the spring. Some of the spring water got to it. So it came to life. It wriggled out of the container that they had it in and entered the sea. The strange thing was that half of this fish had been eaten and the other half remained, indicating that it had been revived after being eaten. So this was a miracle for Musa alayhi salam. It has been mentioned that the people of that area saw, after this miracle, a new type of fish that was of the offspring of this fish. One side of it had bones and a spine, while the other side was normal, indicating that when it came back to life after being eaten, it retained the characteristics and passed them down to its offspring. All the while, Yusha alayhi salam and Musa alayhi salam were resting. Yusha alayhi salam, Joshua, woke up and saw that the fish has left the container. He said to himself, I will not wake up the messenger of Allah, Musa alayhi salam, now, but I will inform him when he wakes up. When Musa alayhi salam rose, the boy forgot to inform him about the fish leaving. And Musa alayhi salam forgot to ask the boy if he had seen anything strange. They continued their journey for the rest of the day and night without feeling hungry or tired. But when the next day came and they had walked a considerable distance, Musa alayhi salam said to him, bring us our morning meal. We have certainly suffered in this journey of ours. Musa alayhi salam hadn't felt tired until they reached that place where he had been commanded by Allah to stop. Then he told the boy uh, Joshua this story, feeling that the approach of this meeting, of his meeting, feeling the approach of his meeting with Al Khadir. Yusha alayhi salam said, and this indicates his eagerness for knowledge. He said, this is what we were seeking and asking for. Then they returned on the same path that they had come from. They realized that they have lost the fish, and this fish was a sign. So they realized that they had lost the fish. And then they went back. They saw the trail of the fish that it had left in the sea, appearing like a furrow in the rock. So they followed it until they returned to a rock they were at.